Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's lesson, we're learning about loops. One of the most important tools in programming. Loops let you code repeat actions automatically, instead of typing the same thing over and over again. Why loops? Imagine you want to print hello 5 times. You think you'll just write like this, print and hello, and then you just copy it and paste it 5 times. But this way works. But what if you want to print hello 10 times, or like you want to print like a sentence 20 times or 30 times? That is hard to do it. And it will take time and the code will get messy. So that's why we use for loops. A for loop repeats code in a specific number of times that you can give. For example, we write for I in range. We write, for example, 5 times. And then print hello. And then when we run it, it gives us hello 5 times. What is happening in this code? The I that we wrote is the loop variable. You can name it anything, but for this video, I'm just gonna write I. What is the range? The range means that to repeat the code that many times, and here we wrote 5, so it means to print hello 5 times. And the code in the loop runs each time. We can also try changing the numbers. For example, we can change the number from a 5 to 8. And the hello, we change it to hi. And now when we run it, you can see that it printed hi 8 times. Now let's go to for loops with numbers. We write for I in range 1 comma 6, and then we print I. This prints the numbers, and when we run it, you can see it says 1 2 3 4 5. The range 1 to 6 means to start at 1 and stop before 6. Like if I say like 1 to 10, it will write all of them and it will stop until 9. You can also write it from different, like you can start from number 2, like you can write like 8 and then until 14. You can do everything. Now let's move on to while loops. A while loop repeats as long as the condition is true. For example, we write count equals 1, and then we write while count is smaller equals 5, we print count. And then each time count equals count plus 1. So in here now we're gonna run it, and in here you can see it will stop at 5, and it prints the numbers, and then each time that it prints one number it adds another to it, and when it gets to number 5 the code stops. But be careful, if the condition never becomes false, it's an infinite loop, and don't try this. I'm gonna try it and say while goes to true, and then we print maybe help. And when we run it, it never stops because it's just repeating and repeating and repeating and repeating. Now let's make a counting game. We write for I in range 1 to 11. And then print I, and it'll just count from 1 to 10. Then let's try a password try loop. And then we write password. We can write like the other time, Python 123. And this time we're gonna write a guess, and we put it in, and we say while guess password guess equals to input, enter the password, and then we write print access granted. While the guess is wrong, it will keep asking. When the guess is correct, the loop will stop. Now we're gonna run it, and let's try with the wrong example. We write Python 456, and when we run it, it says enter the password again. Maybe we can this time write Python 321, and again it says enter the password. This one we write Python 123, and now it stops, and it says access granted. Now let's move on. We can make another project, and we can write it a multiplication table. We write number int input, enter a number, and for I in range 1 to 11, and then print number I equals to number times I. So it's like when we enter a number, Python also chooses a number and multiply it by the number that we give. We're gonna run it, and for example, I give number 5, then enter, and then Python gives this number. Then when we click enter, and it will give the answer. In this video, we learned about while loops are useful, how for loop works, how a while loop works, how to avoid infinite loops, and how to make small projects using loops. In the next video, we will be talking about lists, sets, tuples, and dictionaries in Python. So don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.